Broadcasting from the OCTV studios, this is From the Third Eye with Hunter Parker, right here on OCTV.
Hello again, everybody, and welcome to From the Third Eye. I'm Hunter Parker, of course, your host as always, and we are at episode 10, I believe. Holy crap. That's quite a bit of episodes. That's really awesome. Anyhow, thanks for joining me tonight. I mean today. Sorry. I don't know why I said tonight. Oh, well. Anyhow. Anyhow, there's my laugh for the day. Oh, well, don't cut that out. That's going to be fun. Anyhow, today on the show, we're going to be talking about community forums. What is good? What is not? Why should you not self-host one on your own website? And why you might have reasons to host it on your own website if you have one. We're going to talk about that all coming up in just a few minutes. Plus, we have the bashing zone as well. And boy, do we have some good stuff to talk about on the bashing zone today. That's going to be a lot of fun. I can't wait. So, let's get into the show, shall we? So, community forums. What are they used for, and why should you have one? Well, they could be used for a number of things. You could create a message board for a certain topic of discussion. You could create a message board for another way to receive technical support for your product or service that you're offering instead of a email support or something. There's plenty of reasons why you might want one, and they're just fun to have and fun to utilize. Today I'm going to talk to you about some forum solutions where you don't have to self-host your forum yourself on your own web server, because let's face it, hosting your own takes time. It takes a lot of skill to install them. A lot of them you need databases and things like that, and they're just time consuming to run on your own website. And a lot of your free web hosts, in case you are using those, don't have the criteria necessary to run a successful forum on your own website. So there are several self-hosted forum solutions like PHPBB, PunBB, vBulletin. There's a bunch of other ones that are around, and they're all free to use. But if you want a seamless forum solution where you don't have to host anything yourself, it's all done for you, then I want you to check out these forum hosting services that I'm about to tell you. So grab a pen, a piece of paper, maybe grab a braille writer if you're visually impaired, some kind of way to take notes, because you're going to need to write down these websites that I'm going to give you. The first one is Voy Forums. The website is voy, VOY.com. Once you go there and you can set up your message board there. It's free to use. The only problem that I have with Voy Forums is your URL to your forum is voy.com/ and then your 5-digit forum ID number that they give you, which is how you log in, your forum ID and password. That's a little time consuming, but the service itself is relatively easy to use. You can set it up to where people don't have to log in with an account to post on your board, or you can set it up where they have to enter a password to post on your board or view the messages on your board. That's an interesting feature to have if you don't want them to have an account, necessarily a username and password. That actually makes it pretty simple. The The only thing is with Voy forums, they don't offer really good support. If you have any questions about their service, you can email them, but you're probably not going to get a response back ever. So don't waste your time on that. So just be aware of that. The next service that I want to tell you about is ProBoards. Their website is proboards.com. Now, ProBoards is very unique. With that one, you can create multiple boards on your one account, different categories and boards that people can choose from. Now, when you register your board with your forum with them, you're automatically given a global account, which you can log into from the ProBoards main website with your email and password. Your global account is what is used to log into other forums that you might find on their website, which includes their support forum, which if you create an account on their support forum and you post on there with any questions that you may have, they will respond to you fairly quickly to your message. So that is really great that they have that. They do have premium packages available if you need extra features and things like that, but the free offering should do you pretty well. Again, you can create multiple boards if you want. People can post on them. Besides the fact that you have two accounts, basically, you have your administrator account on your board and your global account with them. So if you delete your board at a later time, you don't want to use it anymore, you would still have to delete your global account. But besides that, being a little tedious, besides all that, their support is fabulous and their service is, for the most part, very good. And I really like ProBoards. You can check them out as well. It's proboards.com. The next board solution that I want to tell you about is BoardHost. Their website is boardhost.com. Now, they offer two versions of their message board. You can create a forum, which is similar to ProBoards, where you can have multiple boards on your one account, or you can create a classic message board, which is just a classic board that people can post on. There's no additional forums, nothing like that. Both of them are very easy to set up. They're free, of course. And they are, in fact, really easy to use, both of them. With the forum service, people can register an account on your forum. Now, they don't have a global account or anything like that. So you get your own username and password on your forum only, which is really cool. You can create multiple boards. Again, they have premium packages available if you need more features or things like that. The message board, by default, anybody can post and anybody can read messages. You can install their password protection option, where you can allow a username and password to post messages, or anybody can read the messages, or you can require a username and password to view the board at all, which that requires a premium plan to do that. So you can only do the post method if you have a free account, which is fine for most people. You can either set up the account yourself, or you can install their auto registration system, where you can automate the process. People can sign up themselves for an account on your board. Now, one thing to mention, again, their support is not great. You'll be very lucky if you even get a response from their support. If you have any questions, they usually refer you to their forums or their help FAQs for support. So just be aware of that. Besides that, it's a great service. Both of them are great. And it's really, really cool. I really like it. And It's a great service to use. Now, let's see. Was there another one that I had? The other one that I found recently is called createaforum.com. That's createaforum.com. Now, I haven't played around with this much, but they offer a really good forum solution as well. You can create multiple boards and things. They do have upgraded packages available if you need, again, extra features and things. They do offer fabulous support through their support forum. So one thing that I've noticed is, and I'm actually testing this out to see how this works. I was looking at I have a forum that I created for my other podcast, the Hunter Radio Show, which is coming very soon, folks. I'll tell you more about that during the Bashing Zone. But I created a forum for that, playing around with it, and I decided in the end to use BoardHost for my forum. So now, technically, if I wanted to delete the forum with Create a Forum quickly, all I would have to do is log into their support forum. We'll create an account. I don't have an account over there. Create an account on their support forum and post that I want my forum deleted. They will do that within a few hours of getting my message. Or what I'm testing is the other option that they said I could do is if you put your forum in maintenance mode and leave it. You just leave it in maintenance mode. Don't do anything with it. It will trigger the system to delete the board on its own at a certain point. Now, if your forum is not in maintenance mode, it's not going to do that, obviously, if you leave it. So I'm testing that out to see how that works. And go from there, I guess. So it'll be deleted eventually. But I think if I ever switch back to Create a Forum, decide to use them, if I ever need to delete the forum, I'll just contact them and have them do it because it's faster that way, and it's gone within a few hours. So those are the forum solutions that I have used and played around with. They're great. Some of their support could be a little bit better, but hey, what can you do, right? So definitely check all that out. And now, without further ado, it's time now to get into the Bashing Zone. Now, the Bashing Zone, as you notice, there's no intro anymore. I decided to kill the intro to the Bashing Zone and just kind of transition into it through the show. Saves me time editing and, all that kind of stuff. So, makes it a little bit easier. But today, on the Bashing Zone, and before I get into that, I will tell you that my show, the Hunter Radio Show, will be premiering this Saturday. That's right, this Saturday. It will be premiering on the online. It'll be premiering on Saturday. And I'm going to elaborate on this Bashing Zone thing on the show, because on the show, the bashing that I'll be doing is completely uncensored. That's right. Uncensored. There's going to be swearing, there's going to be cussing and cursing and who knows what all. Anything goes. You can check out the show's official website, which is there. The website is hunterradio.altervista.org. That's hunterradio.altervista.org. The only thing that needs to be fixed is the podcast page, because I've switched providers before I even started the show to Podomatic, which I think I've told you guys about on here before. Now, my plan is, because with the free account, they base your podcast page URL based on your email address, or the first part of your email address by default. In order to customize that, you have to be a paid member. I don't really care about that. They do offer a web player similar to Buzzsprout where I can put it on the website, so that way I don't have to rely on their podcast page, which is what I really like about them. So that will be on the, I got to create the page for that, and put the player on there, which I'll do that probably later on this week to get that working. But the message forums are there. I just have to configure it a little bit and change a few settings, and add the general discussion and bashing boards to the board. But everything else is there. I will be creating a blog for the website probably in the next couple weeks. Probably once I get some money again, I'm going to create a blog for the website, and so that'll be happening relatively soon. So yeah, check that out, hunterradio.altavista.org. Now, what am I bashing about today that is so important that I'm going to bash about it on my show as well, and drop F-bombs and who knows what I'm going to do? Well, that's a good question. And that is about this one paramedic. Yeah, I said paramedic, people that work on the ambulances and stuff. Yeah. This guy is a...
What?
Now, here's the situation. A couple weeks, let's see, when was it? It was... So now this didn't happen to me or my wife or anything like that. It happened to somebody else that I know, but I do know this guy. I have a friend who lives near me, and her fiance was having a medical issue. I don't remember what the issue exactly was, but it was bad enough to where she figured an ambulance should be called. So when the ambulance got there, there was two guys that came in. There was a guy, I'm not going to say his name for privacy reasons in case he tunes into the show, but there's a guy, two guys. The one guy who I'm referring to, who I know pretty well, he's been to my house before for my wife for her medical issues, and he's helped me as well a couple times, taking me to the hospital if I needed to. So my wife and I know this guy pretty well. Now, my friend's fiance was having trouble walking. Like when he would stand up, he'd get really dizzy. The guy says, when they agree, yeah, we'll take you to the hospital, blah, blah, blah. So they said to the guy, to her fiance, they says, all right, well, we're going to help you walk out to the ambulance, and you can step up in the ambulance, and then you can get on the stretcher. Wait a minute. He can barely stand because he's dizzy, like he's going to pass out. You're going to make him walk all the way out to the ambulance to get into the stretcher? Why don't you get off your lazy...
What?
Excuse my language. And grab the stretcher. If you can't bring it into the house, bring it to the bottom of his porch like you do when you come to my house. He can go out that far, get on the stretcher, belt him in, carry him, to the ambulance, and do it that way. That's what you're supposed to be doing, not making people walk out to the ambulance. They've done that with my wife before, too. They've had her just walk out to the ambulance. Or he has, at least, the times that he's come for her. What an idiot! Why would you do that to somebody who's about ready to pass out and they can't walk right because they're so dizzy? That doesn't even make any sense. I want your guys' thoughts on all of this. Okay? In fact, I'm going to be implementing a guest book on the Hunter Radio Show's website where you can go on there and sign the guest book with any comments you have. Now, because From the Third Eye doesn't have a website anymore, the guest book for the Bashing Zone versus the Hunter Radio Show will be shared. So all you need to do is make sure in your message on the guest book, make sure that you say that it's a comment for the Bashing Zone. So that'll be to come very soon. I'll implement that later this week as well. So that way that'll be there and ready to go. Although, then again, now that I'm thinking about it, not many people use guest books these days. Though those are like 1990s kind of things for websites and stuff. So scratch what I said about a guest book because that's so out of date now that I'm thinking about it. So, nonetheless, if you have any comments about the Bashing Zone in any way, shape, or form regarding what I'm saying about this paramedic guy who made my friend's fiance, who's about ready to faint and get lightheaded, walk to the ambulance. I want to know your guys' thoughts. The easiest way you can contact me is through the Hunter Radio Show's website, hunterradio.altervista.org. Just fill out the contact form there, and I'll get it, and I'll respond back to you if necessary. And we'll do it that way because, like I said, the guest book thing, sure, I could implement it pretty quickly, but that's kind of out of date. Not many people use guest books anymore. So, and I realized that after I said it, so just forget that I said about a guest book. So, anyhow, that's the Bashing Zone for this week. You'll have more on that on the show this week on the Hunter Radio Show. Check it out. And I hope you guys enjoy it. That's going to do it for the show for this time around. We'll be back with episode 11 in 2 weeks as usual. Of course, the Hunter Radio Show will be happening every week. So keep checking that out as well while you wait for this show to be published again. You don't forget we are on Spotify, so check us out over there. We're on Spotify, and we're supposed to be on Apple, but they're taking their sweet time doing anything, and Amazon is the same way. So right now we're on Spotify, so check that out. And there you go. So thanks for tuning in. I'm Hunter Parker. We'll see you next time on From the Third Eye.